Students, this is another time when adults are going to be making mistakes. That's right. Many adults don't know how to read or write numbers correctly. So let's find out what mistake they're making and how to avoid it. So here are the three forms in which we write numbers. Standard form, 6,237. The expanded form, we break apart the number into its four different places in this case because there's four digits. So we would write 6,000, there it is, plus 200, plus 30, plus 7. Easy to do. Just kind of break it apart and make sure you include enough zeros in each place. And then the word form. And I'll try in this video to spell out all the different ways we write words. So for the same number, we would write 6,000. There's the comma, right where it belongs. 237. And we put a hyphen in between numbers in the ones place and the tens place, no matter what period it's in. If it's in the ones period, thousands period, millions period, we always put a hyphen between the tens and the ones place. Recap to connect to the place value that we did before. The number 236 has two hundreds, it has three tens, and it has six ones. And if we were to write it out in word form, there's where the 200 would go, and there's your 36. Don't forget the hyphen between the tens and the ones. In expanded form, we have 200, not just two groups of 100. We're going to give it its full place value, 200, plus 30, plus 6, because we know that would equal 236. So there's all your three forms with place value shown behind. Now here's where adults will say the wrong thing. They might read this number as 5,128, and you'll hear them say that all the time, and. Adults want to put something after hundreds because they feel like there should be a break there. Weather reporters would do that all the time. They might say it's 128 degrees outside. Well, that's really hot. They might say it's 105 degrees outside. It's not 105 degrees outside, it's just 105. It's a mistake you'll hear all the time. Don't do it in my class. We'll be working on that. So this number, there's 5 thousands. That's where we say thousand. When you see one comma in a number, you say thousand when you get to the comma. So it's 5,128. In expanded form, each place value, there's 5,000 plus 100 plus 20 plus 8. Okay, quick mini quiz here. Try and say this number. How'd you do? Might be a little tricky with a 6-digit number. What I like to tell my students is if you have a number that includes digits in both the thousands period and the ones period, well, just break them down one period at a time. And if you kind of ignore those digits in the ones period, and then remember that if you get to the comma, you say thousand, well, this part of the number is just 792,000. Then we can deal with the 344. So if we say it together, 792,344 is how we say this number. There it is in word form. Notice the number 40 is not spelled F-O-U-R-T-Y, just one of those crazy things about the English language. It's like a fort that soldiers live in, 44. F-O-U-R is how we spell the number 4, so be careful with 40. In your expanded form, well, this is really expanded. We have 700,000, right? So there's 700,000 plus 90,000 plus 2,000 plus 300 plus 40 plus 4. Notice how they go from really big. We're losing one place every time until it gets to just a single digit. All right, let's try some of these. Say the number first. And don't forget, if it helps, ignore the numbers here in the ones period first. Just say this number. Then include those. So that number was 59,302. Notice we don't have any tens here, so there's no reason to hyphen anything. We don't hyphen 302 because there's no digit in the tens place. When we write the expanded form, again, we do not need to show that there's no digits in the tens place, and we don't want you to. It might just confuse things. If you were to write 50,000 plus 9,000 plus 30 plus 00 plus 2, it would be like, what are you talking about? They might think you're in decimals. Just the nice thing about writing expanded form is if there's a 0, you don't include it in your answer. Okay, try to write this number down. 71,460. Write it down in its standard form. 71,460. 71,460. Let's see how you did. Did it look like that? 71,460. There it is in word form. Remember, if it's not 40, it's spelled F-O-U-R. Nothing to hyphen because there's no digits in the ones place this time. 70,000 plus 1,000 plus 400 plus 60 plus 0. Nope. All right, try writing this one in both written form and standard form. It is 800,000 plus 3,000 plus 600 plus 10 plus 3, which would look like 803,000. Did you catch that there's no 10,000s here? There aren't any, but you got to put a 0 in the standard form. Otherwise, people think it's 83,000, and that's not the case. In word form, only one comma in this whole big number. There it is when we say 1,000. 803,000, comma, 613. Some adults will put commas after 100, and they don't belong there because we really don't need to pause there when we say those numbers. All right, here it is in word form. Try writing it in standard form and expanded form. 80,207. There's going to be some zeros in your answer. 80,000, comma, 207 is your standard form, and in expanded form there's only 3 digits, so we're other than 0, so we're going to have only 3 answers in our expanded form. 80,000 plus 200 plus 7. That's it. So even if we do a really big number, once again I'm going to tell you, cover the thousands period, cover the ones period. If you're going to read a number that has 2 commas, now when you get to the first comma you're going to say million, and the second comma you're going to say thousand, just like you did before. So the first part of this number is 159 million. Notice that the hundreds, tens, millions, hundreds, tens, thousands, hundreds, tens, ones, that pattern repeats itself over and over when we say and write numbers. So we're going to write this one in word form, starting with 159 million. Then we're going to add the 723,000. And then finally, 48. Nothing in the hundreds. We don't need to put anything there. Look at those hyphens between 59, 23, and 48. But only 2 commas in the whole big word. In an expanded form, the number 159,723,048 would look like 100 million plus 50 million plus 9 million plus 700,000 plus 20,000 plus 3,000 plus 40 plus 8. Oh my goodness, big number. But you know what? If you break it down into one place at a time, easy to do. Good luck.